She keeps me warm.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
When you get emails in like this for a second date update, you can't help but respond. It says, Jubal, I met the love of my life. No. I can't let her walk away. I will always regret it. Please help me if it's the last thing you do.
What?
And, I'm a man of the people. One of the top 5 celebrities in Seattle. I still don't have a sandwich named after me. That'd be nice. But I will help Andrew out, who sent that email. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's a little dramatic, I know, but, I mean, when you meet the love of your life, it just, weighs heavily on you.
Okay, slow the fun truck down, Andrew.
I'm sorry. This has never happened to me. People talk about it all the time, but, when it happens, it's like, what? That never happened.
Wait. How do you know this person is the love of your life?
I mean, we were at a coffee shop, and I was sitting at this bar area, and this very cute girl in, this yellow dress kind of, sits across from me. And she's about to put on her headphones, and she's playing music. So I hear a little bit of the song that's playing before she puts on her headphones, and it's fun. Tonight We Are Young, specifically, which is my favorite song. It's my anthem.
Okay.
It makes you want to get up and dance.
So you heard that she was listening to Fun.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's my jam.
Andrew, it's a pretty popular song.
Yeah.
I know, but it's very rare that you're listening to the exact same song at the same time.
Okay.
When you go out into the world and you see somebody else wearing the same clothing you're wearing, that's very rare.
Okay.
Right,
Okay. So what did you like about her so much?
She was just beautiful. We had the same interests. Her hair smelled like sunshine.
The sunshine smell.
I don't know.
All right.
Crazy.
You really have fallen for this chick after spending 2 hours with her over coffee.
I fell for her within spending a minute and a half, man.
Whoa.
All right.
Has this ever happened to you before?
I've been in relationships where after a month or two, I'm wow, I like this girl, but not this powerful.
Yeah, it
Sounds
is
like
powerful. Man, I feel the power. So she responded, and she was into what you were saying. She was into the lines you're feeding her.
We wound up talking for 2 hours.
All right.
I was I have to take this somewhere else. So I was you know what? Let's get out of here. Let's get a drink. And she was well, we're in a coffee shop.
We're already getting a drink. I get it.
Let's get more.
So she's got great taste in music and witty. I like her already.
Mm-hmm.
So she's I actually have to run, but here's my number. And she crosses over to me and gives me a kiss on the cheek and then leaves.
So she kissed you on the cheek and then just walked out of your life forever.
We are in a Ryan Gosling movie right now.
Yeah.
So she left, and then you tried to get a hold of her to ask her out, and you haven't heard a response?
Well, she texted me once. Never picked up the phone, just texted me, and she was look, there's a great girl out there for you, but it's not me. So
you know that she's not into you then by that text, and you still want to call her?
What's the problem?
I mean, who talks to somebody for 2 hours, I really believe that we have a future together, I see it. I see it in my head.
Andrew, did you tell her any of this?
I think that most women say that romance is dead, and I think that a woman now wants to hear, look, I like you.
So did you say that to her?
I mean, I said I like you. I did not say I love you.
All right.
Okay, good. You're a little concerned.
Your lips may have said I like you, but your eyes said marriage and babies, and maybe that's what scared her a little bit. All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update.
Okay.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Andrew's on the phone with us. He met a girl named Beth at a coffee shop. She was listening to the same song as he was on her headphones, and he knew it was love at first sight. He even said that her hair smelled like sunshine.
Come on, that's kind of cool. That's sweet.
Now, if people missed the first part of the second date update, at the end of your little exchange with her, which lasted about 2 hours, she kissed you on the cheek, gave you her phone number, and then left. And all you got from her was a text message saying, you can find another girl.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Brooke seems to think that maybe she has a boyfriend. Lydia thinks that maybe she was just being nice and hanging out with you for a little while. You ready to give her a call and see what's up?
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If we can even get her on the phone.
Have you practiced your speech? Because I know you've been thinking about this, about how to win her heart.
Now you just speak from the heart.
Okay, because I love. I'm just a little concerned there's more like spontaneous combustion instead of like a long glowing flame.
I will give you a tip, Andrew. If you're going to say your hair smells like something, make it something that actually has a scent.
Oh, I think sunshine
Like
smells
sunshine.
like
Never
something.
smelled sunshine then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never been like, that smells like sunray.
Yeah.
Never said that.
I didn't know sunshine had a smell,
day.
but apparently I'm the one that's weird here.
Duh.
All right. We're going to call her right now. I'll let you know when to talk to her once I get the answer out of her, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hang on.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Beth, please?
This is.
Hi, Beth. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5. How are you?
Okay. How are you?
Better now that I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I wanted to call you to talk to you about somebody who you went on a date with recently.
Okay.
You went out with, well, I guess you didn't really go out with a guy named Andrew. You met a guy named Andrew at a coffee shop. You were listening to the same music. You ended up talking for a little while.
Oh.
You remember
Yeah.
that? Okay. Andrew is a friend of the show, and he liked you a lot. He got your text message that said that he should find another girl, or there was another girl out there for him or something like that. But he's very interested in going out with you again. Is there a particular reason that you don't want to see Andrew?
I mean, I kind of just said what I wanted to say in that text message, actually.
Okay, but usually those things are kind of loaded. Like there's a reason. He said that when you left after you met him, you kissed him on the cheek and gave him your phone number. To me, as a guy, I'd be like, oh yeah, this girl wants to go out again.
To be honest, like, I really liked hanging out with him, but I'm moving.
You're leaving?
Yeah, I'm actually moving to Australia in about 2 weeks.
Oh,
Wow.
Cool.
yeah, sweet. Can we go?
Good for you. That's awesome. That you didn't tell him that in your 2-hour conversation?
No, I mean, it's kind of wrapped up in, like, I just am trying to kind of start over, and I'm honestly, like, I just got out of another relationship. I got divorced recently, and I didn't really want to talk about that with him.
Are you, like, embarrassed to tell him that you're moving, or what? How are you feeling about that?
I don't want to come off, like, egotistical, but, like, I could kind of tell how he felt about me, and I really liked hanging out with him, but I could tell, like, if I hung out with him more or, like, went on another date with him, it would be even worse for him when I did leave. But,
Hey, Beth?
yeah?
At this point, I should tell you that Andrew is actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said.
What?
Say hi, Andrew.
This is embarrassing. I emailed these guys to try and call you because I just wanted to tell you that I had a really great time with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's flattering that you would, like, go to the trouble of doing that.
I didn't know about Australia. I really think that if I let you leave, that I'll be losing somebody who I could possibly see myself spending my future with.
Oh.
Whoa.
I mean, I don't know really what to say to that. Like, I can't stay. I'm, like, going. It's not,
Of course.
like, it's already all kind of planned out. I'm not going to stay in Seattle.
Of course. No, of course. But I mean, you have 2 weeks. That's practically a lifetime.
I think it would end up being harder if we saw each other again.
And if it was harder, wouldn't that be a good thing? If it was harder to leave?
Andrew.
Beth?
No, I don't think. No, I mean, I don't want it to be. Also for you.
I think I know the real issue here, Beth.
Oh. Wisdom from Jubal
Yep.
Flag.
You're moving to Australia in 2 weeks, and all you can think about is accents.
Hot,
Hot dudes with accents. We get it.
Come on.
Congrats.
I can provide action as well.
Yeah, that's right, Andrew.
Wait,
Beth, sometimes the timing is not right, but you have to make the time.
wait, Andrew, can we hear you do an Australian accent?
Good day, mate.
Yeah, he's pretty
There you
good,
go.
huh?
I don't know about sexy, but it was there.
Now try asking her out in your accent.
You want to go for a spin on the dance floor?
Oh, you're awesome at it. Nice.
Want to take a spin in the bed? That's too much. I want to say it.
I mean, it makes it tempting, but
Beth, I have a feeling if you don't say yes to him, he will follow you to Australia
Yeah, seriously.
and just show up one day.
I'm not throwing myself at you. I totally understand that I come on strong and that I feel like I became a better person when I met you. Like, I just was happy.
Just one date. We will pay for it if you'll go out with Andrew again, Beth.
Come on.
He can't even stalk you. You'll be in Australia.
Either that, hey, Beth, if you don't go out with him again, I'm going to buy him a plane ticket to Australia.
Oh, God.
How about that?
I mean, I feel horrible, but I just, no, I can't do it.
If the divorce is stopping you, I've been in horrible relationships before too, but that's what made this meeting so amazing, is that your smile like lit up my face.
I don't think I'm going to change my mind.
All right. I think, Beth, you won't go out with him again, but I think Brooke's about to leave her husband for him. So,
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I don't even think the guy that's on the phone to do a second date update today should even want to get a hold of this girl that he wants us to call.
Why?
Well, his email said that she turned down free pizza. And anybody who turns down free pizza, in my opinion, is a communist.
Whoa!
That's right. Not even worth your time at all. Daryl, are you sure you still want to call this girl?
Yeah, I'm
All
still
right.
sure.
You realize she turned down delicious pizza, right?
I do realize that.
Sounds like you want to kick her out of the country as
Damn
well.
it, Daryl, I hate her so much. Tell us her name, first of all. What is her name?
Monica.
And how did you meet Monica?
We actually met on Tinder,
Oh.
Nice.
and I thought she was really cute, and we were chatting back and forth, and I thought everything was going great, and so I asked her out to dinner.
And you guys went to dinner? Did you go to pizza?
No.
Oh,
No,
sorry. Didn't mean to bring up
man.
that sore subject again.
Jesus.
it's okay. We actually ended up going to a bar because she said that she already had eaten, and she suggested, why don't we just get some drinks? So that's what we did. We went to a bar, grabbed some drinks.
I always think it's smarter to go straight to drinks on a first date. It's not as involved.
You loosen up right
Yeah,
away.
you loosen up, and you can bail after one drink if it turns out the whole situation's bad.
Yeah, that's true. The only issue was that I hadn't eaten anything,
So you got super hammered?
Oh, no.
but it was going so well. Though we were telling stories, but then I realized I was getting really tipsy, and I kind of got a little drunk, and I have no idea how I was coming off. So I'm thinking I got to get some food in me. So I suggested, well, why don't we come back to my place? We can just get a pizza and hang out some more there. And
That's what she dropped the hammer on you, huh?
right, yeah, she said no.
Turn down free pizza at your place. I am so fired up about this, Daryl. Do you think that she turned down the offer for free pizza because it was at your place?
Yeah.
And you didn't say, let's go to a place where they have pizza at a restaurant?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I'm hoping she didn't get the wrong message, but I mean, she helped me flag down a cab.
Well, that was nice.
Were you that drunk?
Well, I couldn't drive.
Yeah, but for her to help you flag down a cab Sounds like you were falling down and she had to drag you out there and like help you get in a car.
Well, no, not exactly. It was. I mean, I was conscious, but I just.
Were you able to walk straight, Daryl?
I think so.
If we were to ask your friends, would they say you have like a really bad history with drunk behavior? Do you get ridiculous? Do you take your pants off in public like Jubal?
No, nothing like that. But I mean, I had no food in me at all. So.
How much of the date do you remember? I mean, do you remember all of your conversations? Because you say you don't know how you came off. Earlier
on, I remember everything, and just I'm remembering like pieces of it. I remember flagging down the cab and everything. And I remember when she said no to the pizza.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Who would forget that?
Daryl, was there a chemistry, like, were things really honestly going really well before you got wasted that you remember?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Things were going really well. We were connecting, and she loved my stories, everything we're talking back and forth.
When I'm drunk, I think I'm telling great stories there, too.
Me too. I had a drunk guy the other night at a comedy show tell me the same story 3 times in a row.
It was like,
ridiculous.
I'm killing it.
Yeah, and he thought he was doing a great job. Yeah. Well, obviously you've tried to get a hold of her to go out again. Has she responded at all?
Well, I texted her that night saying sorry for being so tipsy and thanking her. And she actually texted me right back. She, LOL'd and says no problem.
Okay.
But since then, I haven't been able to get a hold of her at all.
You haven't heard anything from her?
Really?
No.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, see if we can get this pizza-hating Nazi on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Daryl is on the phone with us right now. He wants us to call a girl named Monica today. Daryl admittedly got a little too drunk on his first date with Monica. The only thing he really remembers is them having good conversation while they were out having drinks, and then him inviting her back to his place to have some pizza because he hadn't had anything to eat yet, and her saying no, and then helping him get into a cab. Yeah. Daryl, I'm actually really excited for your second date update because it's kind of like Christmas morning for me. It's kind of like unwrapping a present to see what the hell you did when you were drunk. Every time after a night of drinking, you always wonder what exactly happened. Even if you remember everything going right, you're still like, I don't know, though. Something could have gone wrong, and you don't know until you actually talk to the person who was around you sober, and they can tell you if you did something weird.
It's like a fun case of amnesia.
Yeah. Are you ready to find out if you did something wrong?
I am, yeah.
Do you think that there's a possibility you could have, or do you think maybe she just couldn't be turned off by the fact that you got so drunk on your first date?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I'd like to just ask her if we could go on like a legit date and get some dinner and present myself as I truly am.
Before we make this phone call, do you need to take a shot of something to get your courage up?
No, I'm not going to do that.
All right, I'll call it right now. Here we go, man.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Monica, please?
Speaking.
Monica, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, how can I help you?
Do you know who this is?
Some type of a business? I guess, I don't know.
Yes, it is, sort of. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5 radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you, Monica, because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
And he emailed our show asking if we could get you on the phone to find out why you won't call him back for a second date.
Who are we talking about?
His name is Daryl.
Oh, God.
He says that you guys went out and had a few drinks together. He maybe had more than a few drinks. And the last thing he remembers is you helping him get into a cab.
Well, okay, yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. And he says that he's been trying to get a hold of you because he'd love to see you again, but you have not been returning any of his texts or phone calls. That's why we're calling you. We're asking if he did something wrong on the date, and you don't want to see him again.
Well, yeah, honestly, guys, I really don't have time to talk about, like, the worst dates of my life.
Whoa, wow, the worst date of your life. Can you just give us a little bit of information?
I mean, he said some stuff that I just can't get out of my mind, and that just let me know he's not for me.
Monica, do you have a few minutes to just tell us what he said so that we can tell him not to ever do that again to another female?
Yeah.
Okay. We were having drinks. We were bantering back and forth. We were telling stories about, our worst dates and things like that on Tinder. And it kind of turned into like a one-up thing, So I would say something and tell him about the guy that, tried to grope my butt. And then he would say something. And then I would go back. And I said one thing, and he told me something that is just disgusting. He told me that he had chlamydia.
What?
How did he get chlamydia?
He told you like he currently has chlamydia?
Oh. And not only that, he said he's had it like 3 times.
Wow.
Like, was it like a confession, or was it like he's trying...
Three different times.
Oh, no.
How did that come up? Did he just spit it out like that?
It was really weird. I think the alcohol had him, being a little bit more honest than he wanted to. So, he was telling me, and I told my story, and then he said, since he's been on Tinder, he's gotten chlamydia 3 times.
Oh, wow. All right, Monica.
That's awful.
Hey, completely understandable why you aren't calling him back and maybe don't want to see him again.
You can't get out of that one.
Yeah, once you tell somebody you have an STD on a first date, usually it doesn't end up very well.
Unless they've got it too. Really.
No wonder she said no to going home to pizza.
Yeah.
It was really weird because, I said, like, who still has sex without condoms, like in today's day? Who does that? And he said that he got a vasectomy so he can have sex and it would feel better. So he would rather have a disease than have kids.
And he also opened up to you that he had a vasectomy.
Oh, wow.
Monica, if you could say one thing to Daryl to help him date better, what would it be?
First, don't lead with that you've had chlamydia 3 times. Like, that's not okay on the first date. And then secondly, just slow your roll. Like, calm down.
Monica, you kind of already just told him that because Daryl is actually on the phone listening.
Listen, I don't remember saying that to you, okay? I just want to move forward with this, and whatever happens in our past is in the past.
Whoa. Slow down. We are moving forward. As soon as I put you in the cab, you move forward from my life.
Just pretend I didn't say that, and I just want to move forward. I don't care what happens in your past. You don't have to tell me everything. I didn't mean to. I don't remember.
Are you serious? Are you out of your mind? Are you really trying to have a future with me when you've already admitted to having chlamydia 3 times?
All I'm saying is there's more to me than you know.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have a legit date.
Like other STDs?
Oh, my gosh, girl.
I'm so sorry that, you think that this is going to go any further. I have to be completely honest with you. You're the reason I'm off Tinder to begin with. So I'm over it.
You dropped Tinder after this date?
I'm completely done with it. Like, he was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. He was like the stamp that closed everything up for me.
Daryl, why would you be so open about that?
I had an empty stomach.
Yeah, that stomach is ruining your life, man. It's making you get drunk on first dates. It's making you get chlamydia, all kinds of stuff. Monica, would you like to go out on a second date with Daryl? We will pay for
I
it.
think that I am very secure in my answer and saying hell no.
Yeah.
All right. Daryl, there you go, man. That's your answer. I'm sorry. No second date for you.
Yeah, all right.
Daryl, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I mean, I know you're not technically okay, but I mean, mentally, are you all right?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll survive.
Are you gonna?
Thanks, guys.
I mean, you realize that telling somebody that you have an STD on a first date could be a turnoff, right?
Yeah.
You sound kind of shocked still.
I realize that, but at least I don't have herpes.
Good point. You got something that can go away with some penicillin or whatever. You know what? I think we can all say that today.
Yeah.
At least we don't have herpes.
It's all about perspective.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Baby, I'm playing on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive. 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There's a lot of pressure when you go out on a date with somebody that was set up by friends. You know, because you know the same people and you can't go back to those people after and be like, yeah, the date was okay, but now that person's gone. I don't know where they went. They just sort of disappeared.
No, you can't do that.
Because they know them, you know, so it's like, I don't know. There's been like news reports. They've been missing for like 7 to 10 days since our date. I don't know. It's kind of strange. So the rule is don't go out on a date that was set up by friends and then have that person just kind of disappear. If that's what you're planning on doing, make sure that person doesn't have friends.
Wow.
Right, that's just a little bit of a helpful hint for you.
Wow.
And before we get into the second date update, is that what happened to you, Elise?
Well, no. I mean, I haven't heard from him, but there's no police report or anything.
Because your email said that you haven't heard from him, and I figured something happened, like it was your plan to have that happen, and you're just trying to play things off. So you didn't make him disappear?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she sounds pretty cold-blooded,
Yeah,
so
you
it is
do.
kind of shocking that wasn't the case.
All right, so your email said that you were set up with this guy through friends.
Yeah, so I am recently single. My boyfriend of just over a year broke up with me a couple of months ago, and so I was like not really sure, you know, if I wanted to go out with someone new. So it like took a little bit of convincing, but I finally was like, okay, I'll meet him, because they kept playing him up and saying that he was really great. So we met up for dinner, and he was really great. He was a gentleman. We had lots to talk about. There was never like a weird break in conversation.
What kind of things did you talk about?
Just sort of like music. We talked about TV shows that we watch.
I think I know why he's not calling you back. It sounds like a really boring date.
No, it wasn't.
So do you like TV? Yeah.
No, it really was fun, but I was just like a little nervous, like more nervous than I thought I was going to be.
Were you just nervous because you hadn't been on a date in so long, or because you had really built this guy up in your head?
Just because I hadn't been on a date and I hadn't been out with anyone except my ex in so long. But he was really great, like everything that I could have wished for in a guy.
Did you point out the whole time how much different he was than your ex? That's always a good move on a first date.
I said to him, like in the middle of the date, like I was just thinking that I hadn't been on a date since I was with my ex. So like I said that to him just because it was on my mind, and he was just like, oh yeah, I heard, you know, our friends told me that you would, you know, just broken up with someone, but and then I was like, but I'm over it, so it's fine.
See, the secret is you need to do that while crying. You know, so you seem vulnerable. Let the guy in a little bit.
Oh, you think so? I should have done that.
Yeah, crying and then talking about how all men are evil and they'll break your heart. That's what you should have said to him.
Next time we go out, I'll tell him.
So how did he react after you brought up your ex? Was that a weird moment, or was it something that was glossed over?
I mean, I don't think it was that weird. Like, we talked about it for a little while, and he listened to what I had to say, and then at the end of the night, he gave me a hug, and I said, like, you know, it was really fun, and I hope we can do it again. And he was like, yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That sounds positive.
Yeah.
You would think, right?
Right.
Now it's been like 10 days, and I haven't heard from him. Like, I text him, but I haven't heard back, and I don't know what's going on.
What have your friends said about it?
They basically just said, like, he's kind of acting weird, and, like, he's not really talking about it.
Whoa.
So
Did you get that feeling, like they're lying to you?
I don't know. I mean, I want to think that my friends wouldn't lie to me, and I mean, I would just rather know, like, if you're not interested. But I don't get it, because he was interested. Like, it was a good date.
So do you have any theories then? Why do you think that he's not calling you back?
Maybe he's seeing someone else and he just doesn't want to tell me. But, like, I would like to know, you know, don't just ghost on me. That's weird.
Yeah.
And are you really over your ex?
Yeah, I mean, it's done. I mean, it's over with me and my ex.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. He was very clear about that.
Okay, he was clear about that, but is it over in your head?
I mean,
I can't be with someone who doesn't want to be with me.
Okay, so you would actually prefer to be with your ex if you could.
But I can't.
All right. Well, maybe this guy picked up on that. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he did, but I would love to know what happened and what's going on.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update then, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, hang on.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Elise is on the phone with us, and she wants to call a guy named Ryan. They were hooked up through friends, went out to dinner. I should also mention that she's recently out of a relationship, and she is definitely over her ex. As a matter of fact, while she sits there about to make the phone call to find out why this guy isn't calling her back, she's looking at a picture of her ex-boyfriend, wishing things would be different. Am I right, Elise?
No, you are not correct.
Elise thinks that the reason this guy isn't calling her back is maybe when she was sharing how she just got out of a relationship, it could have seemed like she wasn't really over her ex yet. And we know that she actually is not over her ex yet.
Well, and that's okay, Elise.
I am as over my ex as I can be at this point.
There you go.
Guys.
So you're kind of over your ex.
I'm interested in Ryan.
Okay.
So there's that.
All
Which
right.
is the first step in recovery, really. I mean, finding someone else to get interested in, for sure.
Well, I'm going to dial the phone number, get him on the phone, and find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. If not, then we'll just call your ex after.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Ryan.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Ryan, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From what?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning? It's a radio show?
Don't really know what that is, but okay.
Well, it's a morning radio show.
Okay, great.
All right. And I'm calling you today because one of our listeners asked me to see if I could get a hold of you.
What?
Yeah. You recently went out on a date with a girl named Elise.
What?
Yeah. Elise emailed us and told us that she really enjoyed going out with you and then is wondering why
Okay,
you're...
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
What? So this is like a radio show, and this girl, yes, I know who you're talking about. She called you?
Well, she emailed us because apparently you're not responding to any of her text messages or phone calls.
Yeah, no kidding, I'm not. But, this is just weird. Okay.
I understand it's kind of weird. It's a segment that we do on our show called The Second Date Update. Do you mind telling us why you're not calling her back?
It was just a frustrating experience. That's all I can really say.
Okay, what was so frustrating about it?
All I can say is we're not really compatible, okay?
Why wouldn't you just tell her that then if it was that easy?
Okay, listen, it was just a very frustrating experience. I really don't want to revisit it.
Okay, but can you give us a little bit of why it was frustrating so that at least we can shed some light on it for her?
She just made a comment that really pissed me off.
What was it?
She just said something that was like totally inappropriate, and it was pretty offensive.
Did she mean to be offensive, or was she just saying something that was totally ignorant?
No, it seemed pretty intentional. It was pretty cold and calculated, if you ask me.
Wow, she didn't seem that rude. We talked to her a little bit about your date. She didn't seem like somebody who would be rude.
Yeah, well, listen, I was surprised too. Like initially, I thought she seemed like a nice person, and then she like threw this thing at me, and I was like, "Wow, okay, wow, not who I thought you were."
You got to tell me what it is.
She's just a hater, and I don't want to deal with people like that.
Oh my God.
What did she do? Was she rude to the wait staff or something?
No, so like we were having a conversation during dinner, okay, and I told her that I like to cook.
Mm-hmm.
I cook a lot, and I told her that I particularly am very, very fond of the Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garten. Like I've seen all of her shows. I have all of her cookbooks.
Is that a cooking show?
Are you kidding me? Is this a radio show? Give me a break. I mean,
This is barely a radio show. I don't watch the Food Network or is it on the Food? I don't even know where that is. I've never heard of it.
It's on the of course it's on the Food Network. Ina Garten, the Barefoot Contessa. She's in the Hamptons. She's cooking meals for like Spielberg and stuff. Hello.
Sorry, I didn't know who she was. Maybe I'll check it out sometime. I'm from the sounds of it, I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah, it'll change your life.
Okay.
She is. I think she's like the most amazing woman that's ever lived.
Wow.
And Elise responded in an extremely rude way. It was incredibly disrespectful.
What did she say to you?
First of all, she laughed at me. She like dropped her fork and openly laughed. Like everyone in the restaurant turned and looked. She was just laughing her face off at me.
Because you like the Barefoot Contessa.
Because I like the Barefoot Contessa, apparently. That's hilarious. I don't know. So, but then she says, in a really loud voice, she goes, "That lady, she's the worst." And I was like, speechless. I could not. I was like, what?
What?
So
I'm
she
confused.
said that she didn't like the Barefoot Contessa, and
Yes, she said she did not like the Barefoot Contessa. Not only that she didn't like her, she said she was the worst. And then she went even further. She said she is so fake, her show is so boring, and oh my God, okay, and her recipes are like so simple, they're for like a middle school cafeteria. And I was like, oh, you have got to be kidding me, lady. You have got to be kidding me.
you're that into cooking.
This is bigger than food. This is, yeah, her food's amazing. This is about this woman, this incredible soul, okay? And to disrespect her like that, I don't think so. Not on my watch. I was like, you go for the Barefoot Contessa, you're coming for me.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Maybe you didn't hear me. She said she's the worst. It's like she insulted not only Ina Garten, but she insulted me. I mean, like she just sort of said, what I believe in, the thing that I care about the most, is a joke. I'm like, you know what, lady? I'm going to toss this table over and walk out because that is some bullshit.
Then why did... This is so crazy to me.
That would have been great.
Well, don't you wish that you could tell Elise off a little bit then? I mean, and let her know.
No, I don't want to have anything to do with her again. That bitch is dead to me. Okay?
Okay. All right. Well, I should probably not tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Elise is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Wow, this is just getting better and better. This is amazing.
I am like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly knew what to say the other night about the Barefoot Contessa. That was pretty clear.
I have no idea that I offended you, and I'm so sorry. I can't believe that you're so worked up over this. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you had said something to me about something that you care about a great deal, and I laughed at it and threw it back in your face. You wouldn't have been offended by that. You got to be. I mean, but I yes, she's not my favorite, but I don't. It's not like I said I hate her. She's the worst. She should, jump off a cliff or like. I just said I prefer the show with Giada, and I like.
Oh my God, that was like a stake through my heart. It was like a stake through my heart when you said that. Whoa. You want to talk? You think Ina is fake? That is fake. I mean, that is like you open up the dictionary, the word fake, and there's a picture of Giada. That's all I know.
Shots fired over Cooking Network personalities.
She's not really Italian. She's from Long Island or something. I mean, come on. And then she does, like, the Italian accent when she says Italian words, and then the rest of the time she has no accent. It makes me want to puke. I'm just like, it's disgusting. That is, like, capital F fake.
Okay.
I don't understand. You just went silent, and then we moved on with the conversation. But we could have talked more about it if you were so upset. I just don't understand. I don't think I said anything that was so horrible. I just said,
oh my, you stop saying that. Please stop saying that. I mean, I can't even. Who would say anything like that about the Barefoot Contessa?
Ryan,
who would ever say something like that?
People disagree on things every day.
This isn't a disagreement, okay? This is about the thing that I care about the most in my life, and you just pissed all over it. You were just like, oh, what a waste of time. What a loser you are. Well, thanks a lot, lady. Thanks.
Right, don't you think that maybe it's unhealthy to like the Barefoot Contessa that much?
I don't even want to talk about this anymore. This is exhausting. Frankly, I'm surprised that this whole time we've been on the phone, Elise has not actually apologized to me.
Elise, do you want to apologize?
Well, I am very sorry that I offended you.
Do not apologize.
I'm not going to apologize for feeling the way that I feel or having a conversation and disagreeing with you. But
it wasn't a disagreement. It was a full-on attack. It was an attack.
My goodness.
And if you think it was anything less than that, then you're insane.
Oh, my gosh.
At this point, I would love to ask you guys if you will go out on a second date. We will pay for it,
You
right?
have got to be kidding me.
Maybe you just need some more time together to talk about your favorite cooking shows in the Barefoot Contessa and get on the same page.
Guys, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I don't want to see her ever again, period.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I did not see this turn of events happening. But Ryan, thank you for your time, and I'm sorry you had to endure Elise and her hatred of the Barefoot Contessa.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Elise?
Wow.
Well, thanks for clearing that up for me, guys.
No problem. Hey, welcome back to single life.
Oh, man, sweetheart.
I can't wait to see what nut job I'm going to get set up with now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Just got a text in at 78592 that says that dude Ryan is going to be on TMZ sometime soon. Found hiding in the Barefoot Contessa's kitchen cabinet.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. This girl named Elise wanted to call a guy named Ryan to find out why he wasn't calling her back after they went on a date. It turns out she did something terrible and insulted his favorite cooking personality, the Barefoot Contessa. He was hot, too. Really angry about it.
I don't think we've had anyone on this show as passionate as that guy.
About anything.
No.
Let alone a cooking show.
Yeah.
And people are texting in at 78592. Now it's moved on from them just commenting on the second date update to now they're just arguing about which cooking show is the best. Somebody's texting in like, that Giada girl is the worst. I can't stand her.
Sexy, though.
I like Giada.
Someone else texted in, she probably likes Bobby Flay.
Yeah, right? Now people are like,
What?
oh, this is why I only watch Top Chef.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the best personality in the cooking world out there is Guy Fieri.
Oh, God.
Everybody knows that.
Take you straight to Flavor Town.
Yeah, Flavor Town.
I'm the coolest chef ever. I frosted my tips. I look like the guy from Smash Mouth from the 90s.
man.
Remember him? I'm a
I
badass.
put my glasses on backwards on the back of my head.
It is impressive that he's still trying to bring flame shirts back.
It really
You
is.
know?
So there you go. Screw the second date update. It's all about the hot topic today, and that is who is the best and worst chef out there on TV. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show. We will call the person that didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
My philosophy is you always have to approach a date like a sale, right? You gotta always be closing. Always be closing, right?
ABCs, man.
Yep. So first date is all about how you close the thing down, right? Jose went on a date recently and the girl refused to kiss him.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And it really bugged you.
Yeah, it did, because we had every single bit of chemistry you could other than the kiss.
See, and
Wow.
that's the way that I like to close first dates, by not kissing.
What?
That is not true at all.
It just makes them feel insecure. And then you're going to get a second date because they'll be like, what's wrong with me? I have to go out with him again to see.
That's how I felt. I
See,
swear.
I told you. Thomas is on the phone with us right now. Thomas had a little problem closing his date. Right, Thomas?
Yeah, what's up, Brooke and Jubal?
What's up, man? So tell us about your date with Danielle. How'd that go?
It was awesome. She showed up, and I silly stinged her in the face.
Whoa. What?
What do you...
Is that code for something? What do you mean?
Gross.
No. I just sprayed her in the face, and we started cracking up. It was just a perfect start.
So wait, you bought silly string, and then that's the first thing you did to introduce yourself?
Oh, no.
When we were online exchanging, emails, and then we ended up texting back and forth, she seemed to be edgy and funny that way. So I just went with it.
And then you pulled out the whoopee cushion and things got crazy.
And what was her reaction to that?
She was really surprised. She wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally when you meet someone for a date, you don't expect them to spray stuff in your face right away.
No, everything was good.
So where'd you guys go after you doused her in silly string?
I'm not really the best dancer, but I thought it would be kind of fun to try swing dancing. So I ended up booking some time at a dance studio right near there.
Oh, that's a fun
So
date.
we took a lesson together, and we basically just kind of stumbled our way through the entire lesson, and we were cracking up about that too. But it turned out to be a lot of fun. We had a good time.
I think that's a great... I mean, you get physical contact that way. You get some intimacy.
Playfulness.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's an awesome date.
So what happened at the end of the night? Tell us about how you closed your date and it didn't go so well.
Okay, so because the energy was so high and we were cracking up the whole time, I kind of stayed with that vibe, kind of like the edgy, sarcastic. And so as I walked into the car, I just kind of tagged it, well, I guess this date didn't go as bad as I thought it would.
Oh.
And that's when everything just kind of dropped. It was a joke, but she was just kind of silent. Her face changed. And I'm like, no, I was totally joking around. It ended kind of awkward.
So she didn't pick up on your joke there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the playground school of thought where you like kind of like trip a girl and pull her hair a little bit to tell her that you like her.
Yeah.
What was her reaction after you said that?
Well, she just her face just kind of changed, and she's like, okay, thanks for the date. It was fun. And then she got in her car. So it was kind of like a stutter step into her vehicle, and then she drove off.
No kiss or anything, huh?
Nothing. No.
Okay.
Sometimes women are sensitive. I don't know if you know that, but you have to be careful with sarcasm.
Yeah, thanks for the date is like the worst line you could end on ever.
Are you kidding me? Oh.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
I texted her twice, and that's it. Haven't gotten any response.
Okay, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, hang on a minute.
Get jazzy on. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
It's time for your second part of the second date update. Today we've got the life of the party. That's what I'm calling him, Thomas, on the line. I say that because Thomas is clearly one of those guys who's just always on, I think. He went out with a girl named Danielle. The first move he made when he showed up to pick her up was sprayed her in the face with silly string.
Ah, yeah. Creative.
The date went well. He said they had a lot of fun. The silly string thing didn't bother her like you'd figure it would bother most people.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the date, he made a little joke to her. Thomas, what was your joke again? Why don't you tell us?
I said something like, guess this date didn't go as bad as I expected it to.
Yeah.
And then her jaw dropped and she said, all right, well, I'm gonna go. And he hasn't heard from her since. Thomas, in my opinion, you sound like one of those guys who's just nonstop. Has anybody ever asked you to kind of tone it down a little bit?
Yeah, no.
I think the first answer was probably more true.
I mean, she's just a cool girl. I'm going after this because I think she's worth it.
Okay.
Okay, that's emotional.
Get her on the phone right now.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Danielle?
this is Danielle.
Hey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5.
Okay.
What's going on?
Nothing. Why are you calling me?
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with a friend of mine. He's a real funny guy. His name is Thomas, and you kind of have been blowing him off. We're wondering why.
Oh.
I'll explain a little more. Okay, so it's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. Thomas is wondering if he did something wrong on your date. Is there a specific reason that you don't want to see him again, or that you haven't been answering his emails or texts?
This is kind of awkward. Oh my gosh.
Was it fun?
It was okay. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting.
Can I ask you this question? What was your first reaction when he showed up and sprayed you with silly string right away?
Yeah.
Oh, so he told you?
Yeah, he did.
He actually said that you weren't fazed by it and thought it was funny.
Well, I was a little surprised. Yeah. And I mean, here I was going out on this date, and I, spent an hour getting ready, and then he silly stringed me in the face. So, I just put on my big girl face and tried to move on.
You didn't enjoy it as much as he thought you did, because he said you were a good sport about it. You thought it was really funny. Then you went out on your date and continued to just have the best time with lots of laughs and entertainment by Thomas.
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't a fabulous date. It wasn't the worst date I've ever had, but he was nice looking. He wasn't rude. I mean, has a very odd sense of humor, but
all right. Well, all that stuff that you said right there would be like, why not give him another shot?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of worried about what he does. I mean, I just don't think that we could, have a future.
You mean what he does for a living? You don't like his job?
Uh-oh.
Well, he had a pretty good job. He told me that he used to be a bank teller, but he had just quit his job to become a full-time phenomenon.
Full-time what?
What?
Exactly. A full-time phenomenon.
Okay. Hey, I don't know how one gets a job as a full-time phenomenon. It sounds great.
Yeah. I'm really relieved to hear you guys say that because I thought I was losing my mind. I had no idea what he was talking about. So I asked him.
Oh, okay.
And what did he say a full-time phenomenon does?
Well, he told me that he was dedicating all of his time, except for the time he was spending on this date, to becoming the next YouTube sensation.
That makes sense to me.
It pays well if you can succeed at it.
I've never heard of a professional YouTuber.
So you don't see a big future in that, huh?
No, I was slightly worried that there had been a hidden camera on us the whole time. Like, is this his sensation that he does these joke things to girls on first dates?
You were totally good with it when we were hanging out that day on the date.
That's Thomas, Danielle. He was actually been on the other line listening this whole time. Or should I call him the phenomenon?
You're kidding, right?
What is wrong with me pursuing my passion to be what I think I am supposed to be?
I don't. You know what? Honestly, I don't have a problem with it. I've just never heard anybody refer to themselves as wanting to become a phenomenon. If you want to make money at doing YouTube videos, I'm perfectly fine with that. If you can do it, I mean, what kind of stuff does Thomas offer up to the internet?
It's kind of hard to describe exactly what it is that I do, but I can tell you this: all of the sound effects in my videos, I do myself. I do them with my mouth.
All right.
Awesome.
That's,
okay.
Could be cool. I don't know. I still don't really know what you do, but
it is cool.
It's always good when you can't describe it.
See, you see what I mean? I'm not the only one. People just don't understand exactly what it is that you do. It's sort of like in this gray area. I mean, I am supportive. I think that dreams are important, but I just don't quite understand if you can put your dream on a resume, or I just don't really know what you're going for.
I'm going for awesome.
I think that's what we're all going for, Thomas.
It's a lofty goal, sir.
Just going for awesome.
And yeah,
there's no one out there like me.
I don't doubt that. I think that you are unique and wonderful, but can't you be wonderful like at a regular money-earning job while you do your other great stuff on the side?
That brings me to my question. Thomas, how much does a phenomenon get paid? Like, what are you pulling down as a phenomenon?
Phenomenon does not discuss his income.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danielle, is there any way that you could look past his passion of YouTubing and try to go out with him again?
I don't know. I mean, look, it sounds like it's really a big passion of his and something he really, really wants to do, and I'm all for that. I'm so supportive. But it's like he said, he wants to spend 24/7 doing this. I don't want to be the next YouTube sensation, so I don't really know how I would fit into his 24/7 plan if that's what he's doing all the time. So maybe I'm just not the right person for him.
Well, perfect. At this point, I'd like to ask you if you'll go out on a second date with him then, because I will pay for it if you'll go out with Thomas one more time.
I'll leave the can of silly string at home, I promise.
I just don't think that, I can go home and say, Mom, meet my boyfriend. He's a phenomenon.
Well, Thomas, you did not get your second date.
I guess it's going to have to be all good.
You know what, though? Hey, Thomas, this can still be a win for you. Danielle?
Yeah?
Will you subscribe to Thomas's YouTube channel?
Absolutely. I would 100% subscribe to his.
There you go, Thomas. Yeah. We got you a YouTube subscriber.
Awesome.
He's so bummed.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wait till you're announced.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, a lot of people waste their time trying to find love, online dating, or having friends hook them up with somebody that they think would be perfect, when everybody knows the only place to really find true love is in a crowded men's bathroom at a dirty bar. We all know that, right? And that's where Eric found the girl that he wants to call today. In the men's bathroom at a bar. What's up, Eric?
That's not entirely true.
That's what your email said.
Well, she wasn't standing in the bathroom. I was at this bar, and the girls' line was like down the hall. It was really a long line. She looked like pretty upset, so I was like, hey, why don't you use the men's bathroom and I'll watch the door?
Okay, so she did use the men's bathroom.
Yes.
And you stood guard and listened to her pee.
Yeah, I don't know about listen.
All right, so tell us more about her. I mean, your email said how you met and that she's not calling you back, but how'd your evening go with her?
Well, her name was Penny, and she was really nice, so she thanked me for watching the door for her, and I asked her if maybe she wanted a drink, so we went over to the bar and got a drink together.
And you are a gentleman, and you even paid, held the door.
Yeah, I think we got along really good, just back and forth. I asked her what she did. She asked me what I did for work and everything, which right now I'm out of work currently, so...
So you impressed her with that line.
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
I was truthful. I wasn't going to lie to her.
Okay.
That's good. It's good that you didn't say, like, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So what did you guys actually do on your date?
We didn't go on a date.
Oh. Okay. So she's not calling you back just after this one night you met her at the bar?
Yeah, exactly. So when we're at the bar, we're talking and everything, and I wanted to ask her out, see if she wanted, so I didn't know how to do it. Yeah. And we're just standing there talking and everything, and I saw this rose laying on the bar. So I grabbed the rose, and I gave it to her, and I said, hey, if you take this and go out with me, I'll get you 12 more.
Oh, my gosh. You did not just say that. Did she actually like that?
She loved it, yeah. I mean, she said yes. She took the rose.
Did she notice that you stole it from somebody else?
No, I don't think so.
All right. And so you guys, you got her number there?
Yeah, we exchanged numbers, and then we texted. It seemed real friendly and everything. And then it just started to get weird. It seemed a little more distant, so I just asked, like, what's going on? Why the cold shoulder? And then after that, I never got a response.
What do you mean it got distant?
I don't know. It was like, hey, how you doing? Like we were leading up to something, and then it just seemed like something went away. I didn't get it.
All right, so you met her this one night at the bar. You had a conversation over drinks after you helped her pee, and you liked her so much that you want to do a second date update just after that meeting?
Yeah, I liked her. I really want to go on a date with her.
How long did you guys spend together at the bar?
Half hour.
So after a half hour, you're willing to do a second date update?
Yeah, half hour's a long time. Got through a lot in a half hour. We talked about a lot. I mean, she was real pretty, blonde hair, blue eyes. She likes sports. I mean, she seemed perfect.
Yeah, it sounds like your guys' souls really connected over those drinks. I mean, you don't really know anything about her. Are you sure she's even single?
I don't think she would have let me buy her a drink. I mean, I hope she's single.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Trust me. She could be she could be like married for 40 years, still let you buy her a drink.
And give you the number.
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal, guys. Like, I never get to meet, like, I never had the opportunity, like, with someone this pretty and everything, and I feel like I'm almost there. So I really want to hook up with this girl. I really want to talk to her. I want to know what's up.
Okay, so basically she's the hottest girl that you've ever had a conversation with.
Yeah, well, I tried to talk to a lot of hot girls, but this is the only one that actually talked back to me.
Nice. Hey, I completely understand then why you want to do this.
Oh, my God.
Why do you think that she's not calling you back then, or why do you think she stopped texting you?
I don't know. I mean, I thought everything went fine in the bar. Maybe she saw me grab the rose. I didn't steal it from someone. Maybe she saw me grab the rose off the bar or something. Maybe she thought that was classless. I don't know. She gave me her number.
What was the last thing that you guys said to each other?
It was really nice meeting you. I can't wait to go out, and I'll hit you up tomorrow.
And what'd she say back?
She said, thanks again for watching the restroom. That was really nice of you. So thanks again for watching the restroom while I pee. And that was it.
And that's the last thing you've heard from her?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know what that is? Can anybody tell me what that is?
No, go with water dripping. Water dripping.
Is the sound of a budding new romance.
It's like Dove.
It is, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is why Eric wants to call a girl today in his second date update. Eric is on the phone with us. He told us about how he met this girl at a bar. He met her because she was standing in line for the women's restroom. It was really long, and he was like, let me be your knight in shining armor. I'll stand guard. You can go in the men's bathroom. Yeah. And then they struck up a conversation after that. They talked for about 30 minutes, but now she's not texting him back. And he wants to get a hold of her really badly. Why? Because in his own words, she's the hottest girl that's ever actually talked back to him.
So sad.
All right, Eric, are you about ready to give Penny a call and get your second date update?
Yes, I am.
And Eric, what did Penny do when you guys were talking? I forgot to ask, that gave you the indication that she was legitimately into you.
I don't know if it's anything she did. I mean, the fact that she was talking to me for a half hour and then even gave me her number when I asked for it, that seemed like a good thing.
What's your success rate usually when you ask a girl for a number?
I don't know. I'd say this went well. I don't know. They usually don't go as good as
So it's not that good usually. Good. Okay. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and get her on the phone and see if we can get your second date update, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Penny there?
This is her. May I ask who's calling?
Yeah, hi, Penny. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you and asked if we could get a hold of you.
Well, I've never heard of your show, so I don't know anybody that would listen to it.
Well, you do actually. You know one person at least who listens to it, and he liked you so much that he wanted us to get a hold of you.
Okay, and who would that be?
That would be a guy named Eric that you met at a bar recently.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. He sent us an email and told us about how he met you and had been texting back and forth with you, really wanted to take you out on a date, but you've stopped texting him. So he asked us if we could get you on the phone and find out if something happened.
Wow. I'm not sure what you guys know about. I mean, I don't know what he told you, so.
He told us, he pretty much just told us that he met you, you were standing in line for the restroom, and then he helped you use the guy's restroom. You guys talked to the bar for about a half an hour and have been planning a date, but then you just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. You dropped out of Eric's world and he can't stand it, Penny. So is that true? Did it really happen?
Yeah, so that's true, but he was so rude and so clueless to how rude he was that I didn't just drop off the face of the earth. There was very specific reasons why I just decided never to connect with that person again, ever.
Would you mind telling us?
Why'd you give the number if he was so rude?
I felt bad. Like, I almost kind of felt bad. I mean, this guy was never, ever going to be with a woman. I just
ever?
Don't see it.
He'll never be with a woman ever. What did he do that was so rude?
Well, after he held the bathroom door for me, I made the huge mistake of sitting down for a drink with him. He offered to buy me a drink, which I said yes to.
These all sound like nice gentleman things to do so far.
They sound really nice. They start off to be really nice, gentlemanly things to do. And then he keeps talking, and his mouth just doesn't stop moving. So he proceeds to troll every girl in line and rate her based on looks, which was really fun as another woman in that bar to sit and listen to somebody do.
So he's sitting with you and rating all the other girls in the bar.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he was bored or he thought this was a great idea, but he said, look at all those trolls standing in line, and he wanted to just, like, rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, one by one. And I didn't even get to finish my sentence, and he just starts, like, laying into him.
Did you try to interrupt him and stop him from this?
Oh, yeah. I kept asking him to talk about something else, and he was just, things like, oh, that girl, there's a 4. I mean, her eyes are too far apart. She's got hairy eyebrows and bad skin. And, like, one at a time, like, oh, she's like a straight-up garden gnome, man. Like, she's, like, short and squat. And, like, I mean, he was cracking himself up. He thought he was Mr. Funny Ha-Ha. And I don't think that he has ever had a girlfriend in his entire life because somebody would have stopped this a long time ago.
You know, he did tell us that you're the hottest girl that's ever spoke to him.
Oh, well, that is a compliment, I'm sure.
I'm surprised he said I was the hottest girl because he actually wanted to rate me as well. So
what did you say to him when he told you that?
I asked if we could not do that. I said, let's not do the rating thing anymore. Let's move on. Let's try to talk about anything else. Anything.
And did he give you a rating?
Oh, yeah. He gave me a rating. He was adamant. He said, nope, I'm going to hear the rating because it's a good one.
Okay. I'm guessing he's like, you're a 10. Look at all those other 4s and 5s. I'm sitting next to the 10 in the bar.
You think he would because he's trying to hit on me, but no, that ass gave me a 7+.
What does a 7+ even mean?
I guess it's better than a 7, but worse than an 8. And he went on and detailed about why he gave me a 7+.
Oh.
Are you serious?
So he actually went into detail, huh?
Yeah, he wanted me to know why.
What was his reasoning?
Well, my teeth weren't perfectly straight enough, and I had a nice chest, but it could have been a little bigger.
How did you not slap this dude?
I think he's just so unaware. Like, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't help. It's never going to click with him. He's never had a girlfriend, probably never will. So, yeah, I feel bad for the guy.
Well, Penny, thank you for telling us. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was a complete nightmare with that idiot.
And I want to tell you, you know what? In my book, you're an 8-. Not even a 7+.
You upgraded her.
That's so sweet.
You're welcome. I also want to let you know that he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's actually on the phone. Eric?
Yeah, I'm here.
Wait, are you kidding me?
Penny, you didn't find that entertaining? Making fun of the girls in line and everything? We were rating them?
That's so mean. Dude, I was so mean. I was trying to be nice to you. It was like, I felt like I was stuck with you, man. You bought me a drink. No, it was no fun. There was no fun.
Yeah, well, you were going right along with it. I thought we were having a good time.
I knew some of those girls, by the way, that you were making fun of. No, none of that was fun.
Where are you ever going to find another guy like that who would come up with a game like that? You know, I'm a good time. I'm a fun time. We do things like that.
Okay, I hope that I never find another guy like that, and you are anti-fun. That was the most unfun thing I think I've ever done, ever.
I mean, you got the best rating out of everyone.
Wow. You're bragging about giving me a 7+? Like, out of 10?
A 7+ in that bar is like a 10, you know? All the other girls were 5s.
So I'm the best bad-looking girl at that bar, is what you're saying.
I wasn't trying to insult you. You're hot. You're beautiful. You know, I just put a 7.5 on compared to the scale we were working on.
You see, guys, listen to this. You're clueless, man. You are so clueless.
Listen, I know what women want. Okay, I know what they need, and I don't know what you're talking about.
It sounds like it's Eric. She just doesn't know what she needs.
Oh, that's what.
Penny,
that's right.
Would you like to go on a second date with Eric? We'll pay for it.
Absolutely not. Not ever again. I hope I never talk to you again.
No, please.
Why don't you just go find another 7+ to insult? Because I am done listening to this.
Oh, nice. Very nice. The only reason you're not going to go out with me is because you're totally frigid, and I don't need a girl like that.
Oh, my God. You are an imbecile.
Yes.
Absolute imbecile.
Well, not a successful second date update for you, Eric. Penny, thank you for sharing your story.
Yep.
Eric, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you didn't get a date.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. I mean, I told her she was a 7+, but she was only a 5, believe me.
Oh, really?
Hey, ass. They're done talking to you. It's time for you to go now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, hey, 7 is a good rating. She must think she's Beyonce or something. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Going to talk about the second date update in just a second. But remember, if you have any legal issues that you need help with, why don't you hit up my friends at advocateslaw.com? I figure this is the perfect time to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Right before we discuss the second date update.
Makes total sense.
You pay nothing to talk to an attorney, so hit them up. Whether it's like something with your car insurance or you have a work issue, you were hurt at work and you need some help, just ask them. Advocateslaw.com. Their number's 206-512-3555. Now on to the second date update. Eric wanted to call a girl named Penny. She wasn't calling him back after they met at a bar. We got her on the phone and found out why she wasn't calling him back. It's because after they met, they were sitting there having drinks at the bar. He bought her a drink and then proceeded to rip on every single female that was in attendance at the bar. I think in hopes of being like, you're the hottest girl in here. But then he rated her a 7+. He didn't be like, you're a 10. Brutally honest, I guess.
You can't
But
give
even
them cake
still,
right away, man.
it's
okay?
not how he thought that was a fun game for people to just put other people down. Nobody wants to participate in that, dude.
Oh, I would. I would love to do that on a date. If I could meet a girl who's just like, hey, let's just sit here and rip on people for a while. I'd be like, I love you. You're the best. Another text in at 78592 that says, honestly, I thought he was kind of sweet.
What?
I think it'd be fun to sit and rate people. Give him my number. So some people do actually want to do that. So yeah, he just sat there ripping on everybody the whole time, and she obviously didn't want to go out with him again, so they agreed not to go out.
And I'm sure he was a real, 8+ on the scale too. Of
course.
Because the people who usually rate others are always gorgeous.
I think it's something that most dudes do. Like, we do it sometimes, but never with a girl. Like, you're supposed to...
Yeah, well, that's the whole
you
game,
guys
right?
really sit and rate women?
Well, sometimes. I don't know. I mean...
Sit and rate women, rate dudes. Just sit and look at people and judge them. That's the fun part of life. Especially when you're better than everybody else, is just sitting there and judging people.
Apparently I'm missing
I think
out.
it's just part of the whole thing where some dudes have, like, the part of their game is to insult, hey, you don't walk up to a girl and be nice to her. You gotta be like, hey, like, you look okay, like, for a chubbo.
For a chubbo.
And then apparently that's supposed to get you some points or something like that.
Because that's hard to get when you just make people's self-esteem
So
plunge.
they agreed not to go out again. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back and hopefully find out what you did wrong.
Lincoln South Food Hall in Bellevue. Fitness for foodies. From carb-loving meat eaters to vegan and everything in between, we've got you covered. Grab a quick lunch or come for happy hour. You'll leave craving more. Order online at lincolnsfh.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
We get a lot of second date updates on this show from people who go out with their coworkers, which obviously makes it a terrible idea, but don't stop doing it. Continue dating your coworkers because we need the content on the show. So keep dating your coworkers, having them get all screwed up, and then email us for a second date update. Just like Tara, who's on the phone right now. She apparently went out with one of her coworkers, and now he's not wanting to go out with her again, and she doesn't know why. What's up, Tara? How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I always wonder if you're calling to actually get a second date or more to make things less awkward at work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a little bit of both.
What's the name of the guy you want to call today?
Josh.
Josh, all right. And do you work closely with him? You see him every day, or is it just a dude in your office?
I don't see him every day. He's not on my team or anything like that, but he's there, And,
all right, so your email said that you were set up with this guy through friends.
Yeah, we were set up by other work friends.
Oh, they just wanted to create drama, something interesting happening in the office space.
I was skeptical about it, I have to be honest, because he's sort of like the quiet guy in the office, seems a little bit shy, but I ended up agreeing to it just because my closer friends in the office, they were like, no, we have a good feeling, just go.
What'd you guys do?
I thought the first date, we were going to just keep it super, super casual, and so we just basically went to a bar right after work for happy hour.
Good.
And it ended up going so well. He really opened up. I basically saw him in a new light,
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, and we drank a little bit more. He kept me laughing, and by the time that was over, I realized I don't want this date to end.
Oh, that's such a nice feeling.
Yeah, so then it ended up being more than what I thought of just getting a drink after work. We went to another bar, and after that bar, we were walking outside. We saw this random music shop, and I guess he plays the drums. I didn't know at that time. We went in, and he just started playing the drums, and he was so good.
Oh, my God. So by this point, you're in love.
Yeah. By this point, I joked with him, and I was like, okay, write me a love song on the drums.
If this guy does a magic trick, I'm saying you're lying. If somewhere along the line he
No, I just, the night, it just kind of kept going. We went to a food truck. We got some, we went to...
How long did you hang out with this dude?
A 10-hour date.
A long time, and I never saw this coming.
Yeah.
So wait, what happened? I mean, did you guys part ways or?
Yeah, so he basically walked me to my apartment, and we did kiss. I mean, maybe more so make out, on my front patio, and we said goodnight, and that was it.
Okay.
That's nice.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty great date.
Yeah, it was really, I was so surprised. The whole thing, I was just wow.
What did you text your friends at work who set you up? Because I know you gave them an update.
I did text them that it went really well, but I didn't want to be too much about it. So
when I was at work the next day, I saw Josh. We sort of like flirted here and there. We laughed. We basically talked about how like we had so much fun the night before. We did make plans to hang out the next week.
Okay.
So then over the weekend, all of a sudden I get a text from him, and it's this really short text, and he basically just says, hey, I know we had plans to get together this week, but I actually can't make it anymore.
Like,
Okay,
did you?
And no other explanation?
No other explanation, just basically, and not even like to a specific day. Like, no, it was just like, I can't.
So wait, did you text him back? Because maybe he just misses social cues sometimes. Because you said he was really quiet.
So I did see him at work the next week, and he seemed so weird. Like something was definitely off. He was like a little timid around me. It seemed like he was sort of avoiding me. And I approached him about it. I did. I was like, hey, is everything okay? And he was like, yeah, I've never been better. And I'm
Awkward.
like, okay.
I've never been better now that I canceled my plans with you.
Yeah.
Right. And then I was like, well, we should reschedule our date, right? Like we talked about it. And he's like, yeah. You know, we'll reschedule. I'll text you or I'll call you.
Okay. And he hasn't reached out at all?
Nope.
Oh my God.
Other than saying that he's doing great.
That he's doing great and that he would text or call me to reschedule, but he hasn't.
But nothing.
I
All
am
right.
like so invested in this after that dreamy description of what a great date you went on. I feel like I was there, and now I feel like slighted by him.
I know, and I'm trying to think like now. Of course, I'm getting in my head, and I'm like, okay, well, what did I do? What happened? What did he find out something about me? Did something I do scare him off, or
like a dark past?
Yeah. Is there something he could have found out about you?
No, I'm a normal girl.
Just a couple murders.
All right.
Just a couple murders.
We'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
All right, I need your help. This is good.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Tara is on the phone and she doesn't know why her coworker named Josh doesn't want to go out with her again because according to her, her date was magical. They were set up by friends at their office and then they went to happy hour. Happy hour turned into dinner. Dinner turned into a music shop where he showed her that he knows how to play the drums. And then that turned into a food truck and then something else turned into something else, and then there was another thing turning into another thing. Anyway, they hung out for like 10 hours before they finally made out on her porch when he walked her home. And then since then, he said that he's doing great when she's talked to him at the office, but he hasn't asked her to hang out again, and she's wondering why, and she can't think of anything that could have gone wrong.
I'm invested in this because it's like if the perfect date isn't enough to warrant a call back, what is? Like, what more could he want from you?
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird, and you literally can't think of anything.
No, literally the only thing I can think is that maybe it just all happened too quickly. And the more he got in his head about it, he's like, whoa, I'm scared, or like, this is just too much.
That would be
Yeah.
best case scenario for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
usually people can pinpoint something they think went wrong, and to you, your date was just awesome. So yeah, maybe that's it. Also, maybe it could have something to do with the fact that you're coworkers too. Like maybe he's like, oh man, I liked her, but I don't want to like date somebody that I could see every single day
Then
at
he
work.
shouldn't have gone out with her
Well,
to begin with.
He did though, and maybe that's the reason. I'm just speculating. I'm not
I
saying that is
know.
the reason. All right, I'm gonna dial his phone number right now. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Josh?
Yeah.
Hey man, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
You busy?
A little bit right now. Is this important?
Well, is true love important? I don't know. I think it is. It's an important thing.
It's no pressure.
What?
Josh, I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask why. And we recently got an email about you.
About me doing what?
I got an email from somebody who went on a date with you.
Okay.
Okay, and they say they had a great time, but they also say it seems like you don't want to go out with them again, and they're wondering why.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Do you want to know who it is?
We're not saying you did anything wrong.
Yeah, man, you're
she's
okay.
she's trying to figure out what she did wrong.
Who is it?
Her name is Tara,
Okay.
and you guys work in the same office.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. And Tara emailed us, and then we talked to her a little bit about your date. She said that you guys had a great time, and you were even making plans to go out again, but it seems like you don't want to go out with her again.
I didn't say that, but we had a good time, yeah.
So is she misinterpreting that? Because she said that you canceled the plans, and when she tried to say, okay, so when should we reschedule for, then she just didn't hear anything back from you.
She told you that?
Yeah.
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 Well, that's kind of weird. I would say things changed and I didn't call her back. That's all.
Okay. What changed?
I don't even know how to explain it. The thing between me and Tara is so confusing. I don't even know how to explain this to you at all.
Okay. Well,
really.
Can you try?
Yeah, I can try.
First, I'll tell you what she told us, and then you can tell us your side of the story. She said you were set up through coworkers. You guys went to happy hour, and that turned into like a 10-hour event where you did all sorts of things and hung out for quite a while, and then you made out. And she's seen you around the office since and even asked like how you were doing, and you said things were great, but you kind of like canceled a date on her, and then now you're just not really seeming interested. Is that the truth?
Partly. All I know is this. We went on a date, we kissed, and she's telling everyone in the office we did a whole lot more than that.
What do you mean?
I guess she was talking to a bunch of ladies in the office and really bragging about how good I was in bed.
But you guys didn't hook up.
No.
That's weird
Huh.
because she didn't tell us that you hooked up. She said
Yeah.
you guys ended the night with a really good kiss.
And that's true. We had a really good kiss.
Okay, but to the people in your office, she told them that you guys hooked up.
Yeah.
And that you were good, it sounds like.
I guess so. I wasn't there for it, but that's what's happening.
Are you sure that
Nice.
it's not just like a miscommunication through the gossip chain? You know, like maybe she said you had a great makeout session and then someone else added to that, and by the time it got back to you,
It's like they hooked
you guys
up.
were boning or something.
I don't know what she said, but whatever she said has gotten the whole office into a tizzy. I'm getting so much female attention, I don't know what to do with it.
Really?
Wait, what do
So
you mean?
other female attention, like other chicks in your office want to go out with you?
Yeah, more than one. In fact, I've already gone out with one of them and did some of the things she said we did with the other girl.
Whoa!
So you're getting a bunch of action from your office mates because of her lying or saying something about you guys going out.
She's like your wingman.
But we don't
Yeah.
even know for sure that she was lying. What if this girl that you hooked up with was setting the whole thing up so she could get in your pants?
You're right. I don't know. All I can say is dozens of women are eyeing me every single day ever since whatever Tara said. It's been snowballing.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, aren't you curious to find out what she said?
I mean, a little bit, but in another sense, I really don't care because things are going so well for me right now.
All right, well, I'd like to know, and I think we should ask her because, Josh, Tara's on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Oh my God.
What?
Tara's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
No, she isn't.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
What's up? Are you kidding me? First of all, who was doing that? What women are asking you out?
Look, Tara, I can't be in the middle of this. This is really between you and them.
So you really mean to tell me you're not going to tell me who you're, like, sleeping with in the office?
Look, the only reason any of these women are interested is because of what you said. So what did you say?
Yeah, what did you say?
What did I say? I don't know. I'm like, who knew that Josh, the shy one in the office, turns out to be this, like, Hercules, king of the world? You should be groveling at my feet, okay?
Sounds like you did a great job talking him up. Now everybody in your office wants to sleep with him. Yeah, you did a really good job.
Hold on, Tara. No girl just makes up lies about sleeping with somebody when they haven't slept with them. That's not like normal girl talk.
Honestly, I don't know why I did it. It just kind of came out. I was in the moment hyping the whole thing up. And when it got to the very end of the date, I just wanted him to sound like he was even better than he was. And I had a feeling that we were going to go out again and that it actually was going to happen the next time we went out.
So you did tell people that you guys slept together. It's not like
I think I might have maybe said that to one girl.
Tara, that is awful.
Well, it worked out for him.
Yeah, exactly. It's not awful as far as Josh is
But
concerned.
you guys, like, we're forgetting something here. Like, now all of a sudden I'm left in the dust. Like, it's like he's forgetting that we had such a great time together.
No, I didn't forget that at all, Tara. And I'm grateful to you.
Yeah, you're grateful to me because I'm the one that's now, like, hooking you up with all these other girls because I'm the one that, like, talks you up?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you were the one who was bragging about me, and now I'm the one benefiting from all your lies. So what do you want me to do?
Seriously, Tara, I feel like you should be grateful that he's not super pissed at you. Like, if some dude went out with you and then told all his buddies he slept with you when he really didn't, you'd be irate.
Okay, first of all, like, I told one girl, but then what I said to her got blown up in proportion probably to every other person that they told in the office.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
You can't blame her. It's your fault. You can't blame her for telling someone else. It's your fault for the lie.
Yeah, you can't get mad at Megan, and she has nothing to do with it.
Wait, Megan? Are you kidding me?
Uh-oh.
So Megan's the one that asked you out and you slept with?
Oops.
I didn't mean to bring that up or anything.
Tara, you have no right to have drama at all. You're the one that created all of this.
Leave Megan alone.
Okay, but Megan is the one that I told, and clearly it's totally messed up. That now, right after I have this confidential talk with her, she goes and like flirts with Josh, and now she's the one going on dates and getting screwed. Like, literally.
Tara, this is really awkward. I think for me, probably you. Can we talk outside of this thing that I'm on now?
Well, not yet, Josh, because I do have to ask, would you like to go out on a second date with Tara? We'll pay for it. Megan's not invited.
No, you know what? I don't even want to hear his answer. Like, I don't even want to go on a date with him again. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Are you sure, Tara? I hear he's really good in bed.
Oh, my God.
Where'd you hear that from?
I learned my lesson, you guys think. And you know what, Josh? Remember this. You were the shy guy before I came along, okay? So you go have fun, do whatever you need to do, and at the end of the day, you know who you can thank for everything.
I would like to thank you and go out to dinner.
Oh, my God.
No.
Oh, my God. You've created a monster, Tara.
It's going to be real fun seeing you around the office now, so let's have fun with that, buddy.
I bet.
All right. Well, Tara, are you going to talk to this Megan girl?
Oh, yeah, she'll be hearing from me.
Oh, come on.
I wish I was in your office just for like a couple days now.
Come on, Tara, don't get so upset. You know, I'm just a little busy. You know, you're going to get your turn, too.
You know what? Dream on, asshole.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Somebody texted in at 78592 and said that second date update needs to turn into an awkward Tuesday phone call. Kind of agree. If you missed it, Tara went out with her coworker. His name is Josh, and everything went well, and they ended up with a goodnight kiss, but he wouldn't commit to a second date. We got Josh on the phone, and he said that Tara had been spreading rumors that they slept together on the date when they didn't, and she was bragging about how good he was to all of his coworkers, which was a lie. She claims she exaggerated the events a little bit to make the other ladies in the office jealous of her life. But since then, rumor has spread, and Josh has gotten a lot of attention from the other women in his office, and he's all booked up for dates now because everybody thinks he's an excellent lover.
And what was upsetting to me, at no point did Tara ever think, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have lied.
Yes.
No.
Like, that was never a realization she came to.
He said he's still open to another date with Tara.
Yeah, I bet. Oh,
Yeah.
a lot of dates are right now.
Tara's not really interested, so no second date, but I think Josh is going to be just fine. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
They say that tragedy can bring people together.
Yeah.
And today's second date update, the people met each other in the most horrific way possible.
Oh, my gosh.
They both had broken iPhones. I know. The humanity.
I don't think I can
What?
listen to this story.
Are you supposed to do when your iPhone breaks and you have no other option than to actually speak to a live person and look them in the eye and have a conversation that isn't text message and doesn't contain emojis? I've never read an email that was scarier than the one that we got for today's second date update, but apparently That's how Eric met the girl that he wants to call today. They met each other while they were getting their iPhones fixed.
Wow.
Eric, please tell me the iPhone is okay before we get on with this.
The iPhone is good. On the other hand, I don't know.
Thank God.
It's like a saga for the decades.
Yeah. So your email said you met her while you guys were getting your iPhones fixed. How'd that happen?
Yep, I was just sitting there getting my iPhone fixed, waiting, it was a long wait. And then came this girl, and she was pretty cute.
And what's her name?
Tony.
Tony. Okay.
Yeah.
And did she immediately sit down next to you, or how'd you approach her?
She left the seat open in between us.
Oh.
Oh, she sat down a seat away from you. You didn't want to get too close.
Right. So I was already there, yeah.
It is kind of weird when you sit directly next to somebody when there's lots of chairs available.
True,
Yeah,
right?
there is. I like to do that just because I like the awkwardness of it. But, yeah, how'd you strike up a conversation?
I started the conversation with, it's pretty cheesy, but I was like, so you have an iPhone, huh? Me too.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, wow. What's the coincidence there?
Pretty smooth, right?
Yeah, very smooth.
Yeah. I'm sure you had to think about that one for a good 20 minutes before you actually started talking to her.
Actually, the sad thing is it did take me a while to
You're sitting there, your palms are sweaty. You're like, what's the best opening line? iPhone, huh? You too? Yeah. Oh, God, that's crazy.
Hey, it got me in, all right?
All right.
Dude, how did she even respond to that? It's not a question. It's not even a hello.
Well, she answered it, and she said, yes.
She's like, yep.
Correct.
All right.
Yep, and?
Uh-huh.
How did you go from that to asking her out on a date? I assume that's what you did.
Yeah.
Well, we just were talking about how it seemed like how long it was going to take to get our phones back, and I was like, hey, he said this is not going to be done for another 45 minutes to an hour. Do you want to go grab a cup of coffee with me?
Oh, okay, so you asked her to coffee right on the spot. How did it go?
It went really well. In fact, there was this moment at the beginning of it that I really liked.
Oh.
Okay, well, what was that moment?
I asked her when we were having coffee, so tell me something that nobody else knows about you.
All right.
All right. And did she be like, I like to murder dudes by meeting them at the Apple store when I'm getting my iPhone fixed?
Keep it a secret.
Yeah.
It never got back to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Because I got a little bit of a furrowed brow and kind of got called out. And she was like, where did you get that question? It sounds like from some dating site or something.
It does. It does sound like it's like a how-to dating book.
I don't date much, and I was like, you got me. It is. So,
Oh, you actually did learn that from some sort of website?
So embarrassing.
Yeah, but I will say cute that you owned up to it.
Yeah, and I really liked that about her. I thought that was kind of hot that she was calling me out,
Yeah,
totally.
That is kind of sexy, all right.
Real.
Did she laugh at you then?
Yeah, we had a good little laugh about that. So that, that really was one of the moments.
Okay, and how did the rest of coffee go?
The coffee was good.
No, I don't care about the actual quality of the coffee. I want to know how the conversation went with her.
What was the foam ratio?
Yeah, it went really well. Everything, like I said, that was a good moment, and then we just kind of talked and shared some stuff. And before I knew it, an hour was up, and I was like, oh, I guess we should probably go back. She was like, yeah, so we walked back over. And both of our iPhones were fixed at that point.
Which is awesome because it's like the perfect setup for getting her phone number, right?
Exactly, because if mine had been done, it would have been like, should I stick around?
Yeah, I'll wait until your phone is finished, I guess. So did you get her number, or were you smooth and were like, all right, sweet, that was really fun coffee, and took off?
So I gave her my number,
Uh-huh.
and then she texted me. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Right? That's a good sign, right?
It's a totally good sign because you can take as many numbers as you want, but I'm not texting anybody back.
So did you guys go out on another date, or was this your only time hanging out?
That was our date.
Okay.
That was it. So I don't know what happened.
So did you ask her out and she just not respond to you?
Yeah, I sent her a few texts, just try to see if we could get something together, and I got nothing back. So I don't know.
Maybe she's old school. Maybe she wanted a phone call.
I don't know. Maybe her iPhone broke again.
Maybe that's it. Maybe she's
it.
back there waiting for her iPhone, hoping that she can get your text message.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, man. Hang on.
I don't want to know. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Eric is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Tony. They actually met while they were getting their iPhones fixed, and to kill time, they went and grabbed coffee. He says that they had a great time, and she was flirty, and they laughed a lot and had fun, but now she's not calling him back. I actually think I may know the reason, Eric.
Oh?
Yeah.
Do tell.
What model of iPhone do you currently have?
5.
That's what it is. You don't have the latest generation.
What?
You don't have the latest generation phone, dude. I had a buddy who has the 4, really close personal friend of mine, had to cut him out of my life. She probably saw that you have a 5 and was like, I'm never talking to this dude again.
That doesn't sound like Tony.
No, trust me, if she's an iPhone user, she's a bit of a snob. We all are.
Well, if she was that much of a snob, she would have just bought a new one instead of getting hers fixed.
That's true.
You
All
know?
right, so maybe there is still hope for you,
Yeah.
Eric.
I hope so.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number and see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Are you holding your breath?
I'm just nervous.
Okay. All right.
He's going to throw up.
Well, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Tony, please?
Yeah, this is her.
Hey, Tony. My name is Samson. I'm calling from the Apple Store, just checking in on your iPhone.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You were in here getting it fixed the other day. Did we do a good job for you?
Yeah, it's working perfectly now.
Wonderful.
Gosh.
I'm going to send you a few pics on it, and I want you to look at those and see if those go through okay, just to test it out, if that's all right.
What's going on here?
Oh, this is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you?
Fine. Who?
She's like,
Jubal
that did
from
make it more.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
Why am I hearing so many people on the phone here?
That's because this is a morning radio show.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Have you ever heard of the show, Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
No.
No. Okay. Well, we are a radio show, and we recently got an email about you from a dude that you met while you were getting your iPhone fixed.
Oh.
Do you know what dude we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been meeting a lot of dudes while getting my iPhone fixed, so you must be talking about Eric.
Yes, we were talking about Eric. So Eric told us how he met you, and he said that you guys went to coffee and had a really good time, and he wants to take you out on a regular date, but you're not calling him back.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason?
I just wasn't that into it.
But you could understand why he'd be confused with that because you exchanged numbers with him at the end.
Yeah, I know. I probably shouldn't have given him my number.
Did you do that just to be nice?
I mean, I was kind of taken off guard, honestly.
Okay. So it sounds like you don't like Eric.
I thought he seemed like a nice guy, but I guess I was wrong.
Why?
Yeah.
He sounded like a nice dude when we talked to him.
Well, yeah, I sounded like a nice guy when I was talking to him, too, but actions speak louder than words.
What do you mean? You said actions speak louder than words. What were the actions that make you think that he's not a good person or whatever?
Well, did he tell you what happened when we met?
He said that you guys were both sitting there waiting for your iPhones to get fixed and then decided to go get some coffee. And according to him, it was very flirty and you guys had a fun time.
That's it?
That's it.
So he didn't tell you about the end of our date?
He just told us at the end of everything, you guys got your phones back and exchanged numbers. And then that's where he left it.
Well, when we were leaving the coffee shop, he grabbed like 20 packets of sugar off the table and shoved them in his pocket before he walked out the door.
What? Whoa. He grabbed sugar packets?
Yeah, like a huge handful of sugar packets. And he was looking around like all suspicious, you know, making sure nobody saw him do it. And it totally caught me off guard.
Did you ask him why? Was he trying to be funny or something? Yeah.
No, I didn't have to ask him why. He's obviously a thief.
Wait, and and sugar is his thing to steal?
Sweet tooth.
Well, from the coffee shop at least. Who knows what else he steals from anywhere else?
Okay, so you're mad at him for taking the sugar packets?
Yeah, it just says something about what kind of person he is. I just think he's a despicable person.
Okay, I can appreciate a person who actually sees a red flag, but maybe there's like a logical explanation.
The only explanation at all is that he stole from that coffee shop.
The sugar packets, though.
I don't care what they were. Would it be any different if he stole the silverware off the table at a restaurant?
I don't mean, I guess I see your point, but...
How could you think that's not a big deal to steal from a restaurant, from any business?
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't another issue, too. I agree with you, though. It's crazy that he would do that.
Well, it is weird. I mean, you got to think. It is weird. If he has the, gall to take 20 packets of sugar in front of you on your first hangout, he's obviously pretty comfortable just taking things.
Yeah, it's messed up. You should have seen the smug look on his face. Like he's so proud of himself for stealing 20 sugar packets and saving himself
I can't listen to any more of this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Whoa!
Sugar packets. That is what gave you a bad feeling.
What is going on?
Oh, that's Eric. He's actually on the other line listening.
What?
And wants to talk to you, but he couldn't wait until I told you that.
Yeah, I came in because this is ridiculous. Tony, you said you had a bad feeling and that actions speak louder than words. And I was like, did I punch any babies? Come on. What?
Oh, wow.
You gotta be
have
kidding.
to punch a baby to be a bad person?
You said it like it was the worst thing I'd ever done. You'd ever seen anybody do.
You are a thief, Eric.
Everybody does that.
No, not everybody does that.
My Meemaw taught me that.
Well, your Meemaw must be a pretty bad person, too. She's taught you some pretty terrible habits.
My Meemaw was a beautiful woman.
Oh, my goodness.
You're not speaking of Meemaw.
Yeah.
But can I just ask, why 20 packets of sugar? What do you use them for?
It's Splenda, first off. It's not sugar, right? It's Splenda.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Which I guess is harder to buy yourself.
It's more expensive.
That doesn't mean you can steal it from someplace like a coffee shop.
I pay for the coffee, and I get to take as many Splendas as I want. That's what it's there for. You can do it, too.
No, you get to use as many Splendas as you want while you're there.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of has a good point. Like, if everybody went in and took 20 packets of sugar and Splenda, they'd spend more money on that than the actual coffee.
They would refill it. They do, I know.
Do you, take the rest of the ketchup home after you're done using it there? Do you take all the salt and pepper shakers, too? Use them for your meal, so they're yours now.
No, that's different.
It's not different. It's not different. How is that different? You are a thief. Either way, you're stealing from the establishment.
Wow, Tony, you are angry.
Hey, Tony, if you had such a big problem with it, why didn't you say something?
We had just met. I didn't feel like it was my responsibility to scold you for stealing.
I just can't believe that you're yelling at me for taking packets of Splenda.
I can't believe you're not in jail for stealing.
Okay, now that's a little extreme.
Oh, yeah, they're going to catch me one day. The big criminal, the Splenda bandit. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm on the lam.
I hope they do.
Well, before they lock Eric up for life, Tony, would you like to go out on a second date with him? We'll pay for it.
Oh, come on.
No, I would not.
Are you sure he's a bad boy? I thought all women like bad boys.
No, absolutely not. Eric, your karma's going to catch up to you someday, and I hope it was worth it for all the Splenda.
Well, you know what? I don't want to go out on a date with you either because you're crazy.
All right.
Crazy?
Well,
You think I'm crazy?
yeah,
right.
Tony, hold on.
No, I'm not going to hold on. No,
Okay.
this is absolute bull. I've had enough.
Okay,
I'm not going to listen to this talking from this degenerate criminals stealing sugar packets.
Well, that's
All
clear.
right, and you shouldn't have to. Hello? Eric, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, I think she hung up on you. Well, us.
Wow. I am super glad that I didn't actually get the date because that got crazier and crazier.
Yeah. You know, the other crazy part, I've already called the police, and they're headed to your place right now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 says, that girl would hate me if she saw how many Taco Bell hot sauce packets I have at my house. If you missed today's second date update, Eric wanted to call a girl named Tony. They met while they were getting their iPhones repaired. They went and got coffee. And turns out that he is a thief and a criminal and needs to be locked up because he took some Splenda packets.
Come on,
like
man.
20 Splenda packets. And she called him a thief and all kinds of names, and they agreed to not go out again.
Jeez.
Hopefully she'll find someone that is a better person to hang out with. And I think, yes, we should definitely call the authorities on that guy and make sure that justice is served.
Give him a break.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.